Hey, what's going on, everybody? I guess you're asking, where's Jerrion? Where's Jerrion, everyone? Jerrion's got some family issues to take care of tonight. He might be chiming in the comments below, but who knows? But don't worry, I'm not going to be debating the wall today. I do have a special guest coming on. He is the CEO and co-founder of the Colorcast app, which is a sports talk app. So basically, you can just get on there with your friends and debate sports, which is awesome because I tend to do that daily. So without further ado, let's bring him on and have him talk about the app real quick before we get into some quick debates. So, Evan Kirkham. I hope I said your name right. I really hope I said your name right.
You got it right. Evan Kirkham.
Awesome. So yeah, go ahead and take a minute to introduce yourself to these people watching and introduce the Colorcast app too.
Sure. My name is Evan Kirkham. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Colorcast. Colorcast is a social sports talk app where anybody, anywhere with no equipment can commentate on live sports. Here's basically how it works. I'm a big Cowboys fan. We might get into that, but I'm a big Cowboys fan. No joke. That's actually not a joke. Let's say that I, am tired of Jason Witten and Booger McFarland, like a real life experience here. I'm tired of Jason Witten and Booger McFarland. I can actually hop on the Colorcast app, choose from one of maybe 30 different people that are commenting on the game. Maybe it's a Cowboys super fan. God forbid, it could be an Eagles super fan. It could be someone who is all about sports gambling. And I can actually listen to them commentate the game. So we do live games. We also have talk shows, sports talk shows all throughout the week, about 170 plus talk shows. So that's been really cool for us too. There's all sorts of other little bells and whistles features. All you need to know is if you like talking sports and you have an iPhone or an iPad, we're only on iOS right now, then you should totally hop on Colorcast and go chop it up about sports with other sports nuts.
That's right. And you guys can find me on there actually, because I go on there and I answer all these questions on there too. So I do my 2 to 3 minute spiel and then I'm done. But totally. I have takes. Hot takes. Yeah, I love those hot takes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have dabbled a little bit into it. We haven't Bet That has not done a full episode on there yet, but we do plan on doing so very, very soon. But cool. Yeah, everyone out there, if you have an iPhone, iPad, anything, go to your app store and download the Colorcast app, and you can debate sports with me. But, awesome. But yeah, why did you decide to make the Colorcast app?
Yeah, so I kind of already previewed this, but yeah, real life experience. I was watching a Dallas Cowboys game. Jason Witten and Booger McFarland were both on the call. Both of them are awful. And for the first time in my life, I actually just turned off the TV because for me, I was really pissed that Jason Witten was purposefully not cheering for the Cowboys. Since he's on the network, right? He had to be purposefully unbiased. I'm like, dude, you are not unbiased. You are a Cowboy. Cheer for them. And he wouldn't. So I turned off the TV and sort of in that moment, I thought to myself, I'm like, kind of the big assumption was if sports consumption habits and news consumption habits track each other at all, then surely people would want to tune into biased commentary. And so that's sort of where it started. I'm like, look, I'm not a former NFL player and I don't know everything about the Cowboys, but I can be passionate about them.
Right.
I can ride the highs and lows and maybe someone would want to tune in and ride those with me. And it turns out that assumption was correct. People do want to listen to, everyone from average Joe to armchair quarterback to degenerate gambler talk about the game while it's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't done I do want to do a commentary on a full game. That'd be really fun to do. Me and Jerrion's got to work out a time to. We're both Laker fans, so it'll probably be a Laker team, a Laker game. So
yeah, you should totally get on the Laker game. We actually have a bunch of listeners that are pretty into the Lakers too, so that'd be a good one for you.
Yeah, so you got a bunch of depressed listeners out there like me.
Pretty much. Actually, spoiler alert. We plan to drop a hot take prompt on Colorcast soon. That is something to the effect of what would it take for the Lakers to get their season back on track?
I am on it.
Yeah. So okay, cool. Well, that's a vote in favor. We're debating that one right now. So
awesome. Well, just kick things off. Speaking of Lakers,
Nice.
We have Mr. Frank Vogel on the hot seat.
Nice.
Pretty much every game is an evaluation for this man. And I'm going to let you take because you're the guest, I'm going to let you take the first hit on this one. What do you think about Frank Vogel being on the hot seat?
I don't know if it's really Frank Vogel's fault that the Lakers aren't doing well. I think it's probably management's fault. Like, basically, trading away all of your future prospects for AD. I don't know. That's not like a Frank Vogel thing, right? And I think that's really what's hurt the team. Like, imagine still having Kuzma around and all the other guys. So I don't know if it's really Frank Vogel problem, but the reality is, like, when you're the head coach, like, you're the one that's on the chopping block. So probably couldn't hurt to get some fresh, I don't know, fresh energy in there, shake things up a little bit. So I don't know. I guess I'm for him. Cut him. Oh, wow.
I think this is the biggest scapegoat crock you could ever imagine, ever in the history of the LA Lakers. The biggest scapegoat. You have the oldest team in pretty much NBA history, besides going back to the 40s and 50s. You have every single veteran in the league on your team, and you expected to be great. This team would have been really, really, really good about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not Frank Vogel's fault. And what do you think Fizdale's going to do with the Lakers if Vogel's not there? Pretty much the same thing.
I have no idea. Probably more of the same. I don't know. Here's the real question for me is, like, is Vogel the coach or is LeBron James the coach? And I think that's sort of been, like, one of the questions from kind of ever since LeBron moved over there. And it's actually the same with the Cavs too. It's like, who runs this team? I'm not saying that's like a LeBron James problem, but, like, I think, like, his mental and his role on the team in some ways matters more than what management does or who the coach is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I hate LeBron. I'm a Lakers fan, but I hate LeBron, and I hate that he came to LA because I knew this was going to happen. It's going to be a new team every single year. He's not going to keep people.
Yeah.
If he would have, we'd still have a champion. Still have some kind of championship pedigree from 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, let's move on to trades. Some trades happened. Cam Reddish is now a New York Knick. He was traded for Kevin Knox and a first-round draft pick. The Knicks adding some shooting. Are you a Knicks fan?
I'm not a Knicks fan. But I've said this, and I say this on Colorcast all the time. Like, the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. I think it's just, like, good for the league for the Knicks to be good and big games be played at Madison Square Garden. And I don't know. I think it's good for the league. I think the Knicks, like, actually have a decent shot this year. I think that now might be the time to add some shooting and some depth at shooting to the team. So I like the Reddish trade. Yeah, I mean, I'm for the Knicks and anything that I think this is an improvement for the team. And so yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm also agreeing with her. Cam Reddish is pretty much an upgrade, I think, from Kevin Knox. Not with the size, but with the shooting and offense and a little bit of defense too. He's not that bad at defense. So I do think Cam Reddish is an upgrade, and they had to come off a first round draft pick about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I see the Knicks going far. I do like the Knicks only because Julius Randle. He was one of my favorite Lakers. I'm really mad that they got rid of him. But again, it is what it is. Cool. But onto my second favorite team, also invited into a trade.
Oh,
Bol from the Nuggets. I probably didn't say his name right, but he is now a Piston.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So this I don't know much about. You're gonna have to lead this combo.
Yeah, this one, this is pretty much the Pistons prepping for Jeremy Grant departure because he is drawing a lot of interest around the league, and I don't know where he's gonna go. I'm thinking maybe Philly, might go back to Philly. But I doubt they're gonna get rid of Ben Simmons because that's a whole nother topic. We're gonna talk about later. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I just think because with all the trade rumors and everything around Jeremy Grant, they're prepping for his departure. Bola's a bench rider in the Nuggets. He really hasn't been playing that much, and he's been very vocal about it. So I think they just wanted to get him out of there. But I think the Pistons just got a prima donna, and they're allergic to winning, it seems like. Ever since 2004, the Pistons have been allergic to winning.
That's hilarious.
They trade everybody. They trade everybody worth value. I don't get it.
I don't know. Actually, the Pistons, speaking of teams that make the NBA better, I think that the NBA would be well served by a good Pistons team. It would kind of bring back that whole Jordan era. Like, I also love the hard-nosed basketball. Like, that's cool. I'm not a Detroit sports fan at all, but
you have no reason to be.
No one has to be. Even people in Detroit don't have a reason to be. But I could go for a good Pistons team. So if it helps them, I'm for it.
Yeah, that's how you always know. Like, every time I wear my Lions hat, everyone says this guy's from Michigan, because no one would be willingly wanting to wear that hat.
Oh, exactly. Well, and correct me if I'm wrong. Do you live in Michigan currently?
I do live in Michigan.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, even the people out of state, it makes a ton of sense. And they moved away from Michigan.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Unless you're from Michigan and you moved away and moved out of state. Yeah. But I do get a lot of that. Yeah, because he's from Michigan because he's a Lions fan. Totally. No one's a Lions fan. Not willingly, anyways. But here we go. Let's talk about this guy, cool. Ben Simmons. He's been a popular person on our podcast.
Oh yeah,
as of lately. He is prepared to sit out the rest of the season if he is not traded by February 10th. Do you think Ben Simmons will be traded by February 10th, or is this going to be an off season?
It's an off season, and the reason I say that is because I think that by Simmons holding out, and I just think his stock is pretty far down at this point. And I actually think if it makes more sense for the Sixers, if they had dished him right off the bat, that would have been the play. But now, what's the deadline? February 10th, I think. We're getting closer and closer to the trade deadline, and I think that they're better off holding on to him and trying to bring that value back. At least that's my take.
Yeah. I do think it's going to be an off-season thing too. It's going to be an off-season move only because the asking price is so high for him right now. They want so much for him. I think they want an all-star and a younger player and a couple of first-round draft picks too. So unrealistic. Unrealistic. They just turned down a trade for Jeremy Grant and somebody else, I believe. And Jeremy Grant and Bly for Ben Simmons, and they're like, nope. And I think a couple first round draft picks too, and you're like, nope.
No. I honestly, I wouldn't want Ben Simmons on my team. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think his value is declining. I think that sounds like an unrealistic ask. I think they've got to find some way to there's no team that's begging for Ben Simmons right now. Once someone's begging for him, then they should trade him.
Right. Not even the Lakers.
Not even the Lakers. Exactly.
Let's have three players that do the exact same thing.
Yeah, true. So true.
Yeah. But Ben Simmons, I think maybe some draft picks will be involved. For the offseason. Maybe try and move up, get somebody in the draft. Who knows?
Yeah. I do think I think the whole Simmons thing is a cloud over the 76ers right now. So that's the only reason why if I were them, I'd be let's get rid of him sooner rather than later. Is just because I feel like the only thing that gets talked about with the 76ers is nothing that happens on the court and everything to do with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is playing pretty good.
Joel Embiid is an all-star.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, and it's last season, he was my MVP pick pretty much all season last season. Yeah. Jokic deserved it, but Embiid was right there the whole time. And it's is anyone talking about Embiid? No, because freaking Ben Simmons is on the bench. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I heard some rumors about maybe a possible sign and trade with James Harden.
Interesting.
Because I think his name is Morley, the GM, and he pretty much has a hard on for Harden. No pun intended.
Yeah.
since the
Harden's
Houston
an awesome
days.
player. If it was Simmons for Harden, is that what you're saying? Simmons for Harden?
It was very confusing. It's a sign and trade. So like I think the Nets would end up getting Ben Simmons and somebody else, and then another team was involved too. I forget what it was. But
that honestly sounds like an awesome deal for the Sixers if that can happen. I'd take James Harden in 2 seconds.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah. I like that trade. Anyway, cool.
But yeah, James Harden is set to be a free agent after this year because he has a player option next year.
Yep.
So who knows? The sign and trade might happen before the 10th. I doubt it because I doubt it because that would just ruin the Nets' chances to winning a championship even further. Even though the Kyrie can only play home games, which is dumb.
Yeah, it's actually also kind of hilarious.
Yeah, the Kyrie, you can't play. You're the only person that can't play.
Yeah,
everyone else can come in and play, but you can't.
That's bizarre. Yeah,
that's a whole episode on its own, right there.
It is.
But all right, we do have some De'Aaron Fox. He has been in trade rumors too. Cool. Actually, he was been rumored to be traded for this man, Demetrius Sabonis from the Pacers. Yeah. So, what do you think about that trade? Who would win out that trade?
I think Sabonis is. I think Sabonis is a fantastic player. I think that. I don't know. I don't know why the Pacers want to dish him because he's like their one guy, right? Like I feel like the whole, I've got actually some friends that are Pacers fans and like all they talk about is Sabonis. Right. So it's like, I don't know. It just feels like the team would lose a little bit of its identity. Aren't the Kings actually doing a little better? Like they're doing well this season? Did I just make that?
They're below 500 team.
Oh, they're below 500. Okay.
Yeah. But they're still beating the Lakers.
Sabonis, I'd be like, please no.
Yeah. But the Pacers aren't really great either. They're not in the playoff hunt. I mean, he's going from one bad team to another.
Yeah.
I do think it'd be an upgrade from Malcolm Brogdon. From De'Aaron Fox, but maybe you can put Brogdon right beside him. Who knows? But then Karis LeVert would have to be moved, and I don't know. It'd be a whole fiasco.
Yeah. That seems like sort of I don't know. That's not the headliner trade. That the Simmons trade will be the only thing that's talked about if that happens.
Yeah, exactly. But let's move on to football. We have some big things going on to football. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Burrow ends a 31-year skid for the Bengals. 31 years.
Yeah.
It's not Lions territory. We still own that one, but it's still a long time. But he was not excited about this win. He just pretty much said, this is just another notch. This is what's going to be expected from here on out from the Bengals. Do you see the Bengals as potential Super Bowl appearance?
I think that it would be cool I think it would be a good thing for football if the Bengals go deep. I think that they benefit from being in the AFC. I think the AFC is a lot clearer than the NFC. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I see them getting through the Bills. And actually, I was not as or the Chiefs for that. Well, they'd be better off against Chiefs and the Titans. I don't know. It's the playoffs. I mean, all the teams are good now. I think I do really like the Bengals. I do, and I really like the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection. I went to Ole Miss for my undergrad, and so I'm actually kind of a big LSU fan by proxy. So I've been watching them for a while. I like that connection, but yeah. Bills are going to be tough. Chiefs are going to be tough. I don't see them in the Super Bowl. I really don't. As fun as it would be.
Ooh. In a perfect world, I would have the Bengals and the Rams in the Super Bowl.
That'd be cool. That'd be good for the Rams.
Yes, but I don't think the Rams are going to make it because they do have Tampa Bay coming up. So.
They might be able to beat Tampa Bay. I'm not saying they will because, I mean, come on. You can't bet against Tom Brady. The best team in the league are the Green Bay Packers. And so at some point, if they get through the Bucks, if the Rams get through the Bucks, they'll have to play the Packers. And that's where I'm like Packers are going to the Super Bowl. I'm almost sure of it.
Right. Well, didn't want to pop that up yet. Whoops. But yeah, let's bring this one up. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. We got the brackets.
There it is.
You got Titans and Bengals, and just so we're going to be doing some matchups and predictions here. Let's start off with the Titans and Bengals. I wanted to parlay into that, but it is what it is at this point. I do have the Titans win it, but like I said, in a perfect world, I want the Bengals to be in the Super Bowl. I will be rooting for you, Cincinnati, only because you're the closest team to Detroit.
Yeah. I think that might be the closest matchup in my mind on this. Well, that or Bills Chiefs, but the AFC matchups are really tight in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I do like I do want to see Jamar Chase play a little bit. If he balls out and does that 3 touchdowns for 230 yards again, that game's going to be over with. And that's what excites me about the Cincinnati Bengals is that they're young and no one knows what to expect yet, and they're good.
I agree. Yeah, I think they're awesome. I will say this though about the Titans. Like I honestly think I'm probably taking the Bengals in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been sleeping on the Titans all year. Like even when Derrick Henry, I mean, I know he's back, but like even at the beginning of the season, I'm like, Titans are good, but I'm not really sure. Ryan Tannehill, like AJ Brown's fine. Like Julio Jones hadn't caught a pass in 4 games. Like I've been sleeping on them all playoffs or all season. I'm kind of sleeping on them now, but they'll probably surprise me like they have every other game.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's hard to Titans. Say. Yeah. Derrick Henry's supposed to be coming back too. So
I know.
He's practicing. So it might be a scary game. So it might be a good game, but it could get out of hand real quick.
It could get out of hand really quick.
Yes, exactly. All right, moving on to the Bills and Chiefs, the 2 versus the 3, and both teams have been kind of sketchy this year.
They have.
Josh Allen likes to throw interceptions, and Patrick Mahomes is Tyrann Mathieu is going to be eating that one up.
Yeah, he likes to catch interceptions.
Exactly. Yep. So I predict the Chiefs winning this game because Patrick Mahomes, it's like going against Tom Brady. You can't do it. And I don't know. Josh Allen, those picks, that's what scares me. I had him in fantasy football, and let's just say he pissed me off a lot more than he didn't. So
yeah, I think I think that this game will be very, very close as well. I think if I had to pick, I honestly might go Bills. Like I said, I took the Patriots in the Bills Patriots game, honestly, just because like the line was good more than anything. But so I watched that whole game. Josh Allen is a freaking beast, man. Like the dude is not. If he runs the ball, he's getting 4 yards. Like I know he throws a lot of picks, but the defense looked good. I'm not sure. It feels like the Bills are jonesing for a deep run. And I just feel like they've definitely come back. Their defense looks actually really good. But like, it just doesn't feel like their season like it has in years past. Whereas like there's this momentum building behind the Bills. And I mean, they must just be like so hype after that Patriots win, like finally knock off their AFC foes. And I don't know. So I just feel like there's a lot of like kind of hard to articulate, but like there's a lot of momentum behind the Bills.
Right. Yeah, I just can't see the Bills getting past them.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I gotta go Chiefs. I'm sorry. Buffalo. Well, Packers and Niners. I think we're both going to agree with this one. This is going to be the Packers. Packers for sure.
Yeah.
Jimmy G is. Do you see him coming back into San Francisco? Because he's not he doesn't have a contract.
He doesn't have a contract. I think that so I've got a number of 49ers friends. Their take on it is always, yeah, Jimmy G is like not Pat Mahomes, but like he's serviceable. He gets the job done. He's a good, like I heard this one a couple times. He's a good game manager. Like they run the ball. So and of course, if they go deeper in the playoffs, like especially if they win this game, then he's coming back.
Right.
Or he's going to Pittsburgh. But he's I think that I don't know. I don't love him.
Not a big fan.
He's never impressed me. Even watching that Cowboys game, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, Jimmy Garoppolo is so good. Like I didn't feel that way at all.
Yeah. I do think they're gonna pass the torch to Trey Lance next year.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, and then Trey Lance.
Yeah. Because the way when he was playing, he didn't look like he looked like a rookie. To be honest with you, he looked like a rookie. But they do have some run schemes for him. So look out for Niners running backs for fantasy football next year if Trey Lance is a starter. Mitchell's probably not gonna be that great.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about Trey Lance when you asked that question. Like, yeah, in that case, they probably do dish Garoppolo to a team like the Steelers who need a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And then because that's true. Everyone in San Francisco is like, Trey Lance, we want Trey Lance. Trey Lance is great. They already spent draft capital for him. He's already played some games, sat a bunch. And Garoppolo, even after that Cowboys win, his stock is probably at an all-time high. So it's a good time to be like, hey, you take him. Let's build our defense or whatever it may be.
Right. Yeah, I don't know about Garoppolo going to Pittsburgh, but I do think a veteran quarterback will be going there in the name of Aaron Rodgers.
I knew you were going to say that. I've been thinking that myself, but
I do think either Aaron's going to go to Pittsburgh or Denver, one of those two.
You think he's going to do that like kind of end of career hoorah at a different team and prove that he can win it?
Yeah.
I guess. I actually think that he might just be like, I think he might just be kind of like stubborn. I think he wants to be a Packer. I really do. I mean, especially if he wins the Super Bowl this year there, like, I think he wants to be there. I just think he wants to be wanted really, really badly and wants to make it seem like he's going to go and then he stays and then he wins again.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of a diva thing going on. I don't think he actually wants to leave.
Right. Yeah, and Devontae Adams is up for his contract's up after this year too, so he's not re-signing. So Packers are not going to look that great next year, and thank God, because maybe my Lions could squeak out a third place.
Oh my God,
or something.
Yeah,
NFC North is going to be weak. Minnesota better bulk up and get a coach.
Yeah, they've been down for a hot minute.
Right, exactly. And moving on to our last matchup, we have the Rams, my Rams, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. My heart says LA, but the mind's just like, don't be stupid. It's Tom Brady. And it's in Tampa.
The Bucs are awesome, man. Yeah. And I don't know. I've been hot and cold on the Rams all year.
Mm-hmm.
I watched them play in Dallas. Or watching play against Dallas, I should say. I've been watching them a good bit. I just like the talents there. I love Matt Stafford. I really do. I think he's awesome. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen him, and it's not his fault. He's on the Lions. But I haven't seen him in that like big game yet. Right. And I think he can rise to the occasion. But dude, Tom Brady versus Matt Stafford, like
I see a shootout.
Yeah, I feel that's true. It feels like a shootout. Definitely feels like a shootout. It's gonna be a great game. That's the one I'm probably most excited to watch.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So everyone, look out for next weekend's NFL playoffs. We'll be coming back with you next week with the next round. Obviously, the next round. But I did want to dabble in this before we take off because you are a Cowboys fan, and I've kind of bummed that Jerrion's not here because he's also a Cowboys fan, and you guys are probably gang up on me, but that's okay. But where do you see Darren or Mike McCarthy? There we go. I want to say Darren McCarthy because of the Red Wings, but Mike McCarthy returning to the Cowboys?
Sadly, yes. I think he will. I wish it was Kellen Moore. I think Kellen Moore's awesome. I think I like the young coach with all the energy, unproven. Like Mike McCarthy and like I want our Sean McVay. Where's our Sean McVay?
Right.
I mean, like it just keeps being. I mean, Jason Garrett was like safe, but like just so white bread. Like just a big nothing burger. I feel like McCarthy's same thing. It's like safe, has playoff experience, but like doesn't win. Let's not forget that. Mm-hmm. And that we just saw that again. I just wish I'm willing. I think I would love to take a chance on somebody rather than to do this like safe play that yields lukewarm results. And I think that that's what Mike McCarthy is and will always be. There's some things I liked about him this season, but there's also other kind of like play call issues. I was a little like timeout, time management, all that, where I was like, what? But it's easy to be the critic. It's harder to be the coach, obviously. So, but yeah, I wish we would get someone new in there. I like Kellen Moore, but honestly, I'd be just as happy if someone Jerry Jones hired some college coach that I'd never heard of that was like some young dude with a totally new playbook. Like I'd be into that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think Kellen Moore is interviewing for the Denver Broncos head coach position and also the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. And Dan Quinn is interviewing too. He's got an interview with the Giants.
Yeah.
He's a Jersey boy.
There you go. They might take him.
They might. I don't know.
I don't want Kellen Moore to leave. He's the best thing we've got going on that coaching staff. It'd be sad to see him go.
Yeah. And another assistant coach I think should get a head coaching opportunity is Eric Bieniemy too.
Where's Bieniemy out of?
Yeah.
Which team is he coaching for?
He's the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, I believe.
Oh, the Chiefs. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I really want to see him get a head coaching position.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we'll see. And who knows where Brian Flores is going to end up. Mm-hmm. I think I really want to see him end up. I did want to see him in the Giants. He's also interviewing for that, but I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know. I think Miami was dumb to get rid of him.
Lots of coaching changes. I still think it's hilarious that the Giants took Jason Garrett. I'm like, y'all, did you not watch? Do you remember beating us? Like, how about
with
that?
Daniel Jones?
Also, if he was bad at anything, he was bad at everything. But what he was worst at was offense. It's like offensive coordinator. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah, I also don't think Mike McCarthy's going to go anywhere either. I don't think I chimed in on that one. But no, he says he talked to the owner, Jerry Jones, and he said that he's not worried about his job. But I don't know. Number 3 seed with all those weapons and a great defense to back it up, and he still only made the wild card round. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's not that's not the players. That's not the players' fault. This is the opposite of the Lakers.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think that it's a coaching problem. Yeah. Also, they did make some weird decisions, like benching Prescott in week whatever it was 14. It's like we lost our momentum there. Like it's just like, what are we doing? Like I don't know. So there was some coaching and kind of like management decisions that I was very, very unsure about. And some of their players haven't performed their potential. Like 2 years ago, Leighton Vander Esch was like the best middle linebacker, or maybe not the best. That's hyperbolic, but like really, really freaking good. Mm-hmm. He's been a total non-factor. He had like one awesome tackle last game. Other than that, like I just feel like the players aren't performing. Like what happened to Jalen Smith? He's just a non-issue. Like I just feel like the player development's all weird, and that's probably that is a coaching thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think, and still I don't see Kellen Moore or Dan Quinn being the problem either. So it has to only come down to one person.
Yeah.
So
Jerry himself.
And it's probably the one person that ends up staying in Dallas.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, Dallas fans.
It is what it is. We missed our shot.
Right. Maybe next year. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. If Zeke is he going to be the person he's
I've been advocating for Pollard since preseason. No joke. I'm not trying to act like I was early on that. I was definitely early on that. And he never really got a shot. They kind of stopped running him. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Mm-hmm. He's probably got. Well, actually, I don't know what his contract is. He's better than a lot of starting running backs in the league right now.
Yeah, I can see him taking over for Zeke in the near future.
I think it's like I said. I think it should have happened this year. I think they should have been at least 50-50 all the way through. When they were doing that, we were crushing. And then they're like, never mind, Zeke gets the rock. It's like Zeke looks slow and averages like 3 yards now.
Yeah. He's Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Maybe a little better.
Like, you were good. You were supposed to be good. You're supposed to be something special. But
I know. Zeke had good seasons. We missed our shot winning a Super Bowl with him.
Yep. And now out of his prime and moving out. Maybe if he takes all the rings out of his face, he can see better.
He cuts his hair.
Does something.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you, Evan, for filling in for us today.
Yeah.
for Jerrion, even though he was supposed to be here, but that's okay. He's got family issues, like I said before. But I just want to thank you for coming on and talking a little bit of sports with us. And if you want to promote your Colorcast app one more time, go right ahead.
Sure. Yeah. How should I say this? Well, follow Colorcast across all socials. We're at Colorcast app, Instagram, literally LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, all of it. You can follow me personally. I'm like annoyingly active on LinkedIn, Evan Kirkham. And then most importantly, download the app. We're available on the iOS, the Apple App Store right now. And literally just type in Colorcast, download it, check it out, start getting involved. It's a freaking blast.
It's a lot of fun, everyone. If you're out there, I have fun with it. It's great. And plus you have like some big time celebrities on there too.
Yeah, we got
some chime in on those hot takes. I'm like,
wow, cool celebrities to chime in on those hot takes. Yeah, and more. Hopefully, more to come on that front too.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you again, sir, for coming on. Cool. I do appreciate you. And I got to do some outage stuff, and then we can talk after the show if you want. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying thanks.
Thanks. All right, everyone. That's the show for this week, and thank you for watching. All you people watching live, thank you. And if you're not watching live, thank you for clicking that play button. And, of course, you can catch Jerrion. Jerrion usually does this. He's better at this stuff. But you can catch Jerrion over on the Cloud Chronicles. And go check out his show over there. You can follow him on a Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all the good stuff. You know, all the things. And you can check me out on the DL show, of course. Michigan's #1 cannabis podcast. And plus, we like to have a lot of fun with comedy and music also. And you can catch the dynamic duo with our second show, OMG podcast, the OMG movie cast. Why I say podcast? It's the OMG movie cast. And you can watch that. You can listen to that exclusively on Spotify and watch us on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And we have a bunch of friends on there. We review movies. It's great. Go check it out. But anyways, I love you guys. You know how we do it. We'll see you next week. Peace.